COMOS and Bentley OpenPlant, that's the next presentation topic. If you imagine you have a large plant and it costs a lot of money to actually set it up, and you have that been running for 40 years or so, it needs retrofits, that's for sure. And it needs modernization. You need to adapt to new technologies, but you don't want to stop the process. You want to keep it running, but you don't have to stop it. We have the solutions for this, and everybody's talking about digitalization. We're going into a more detailed view now on brownfield applications. And my colleague, Mareike Blättner, she's the head of marketing, automation, and engineering, will explain in detail what all of this is about. Please welcome Mareike Blättner.
Warm welcome. Thanks for the nice and already very detailed introduction of my topic today. You might have heard about that Siemens is collaborating very closely with our partner Siemens, with our partner Bentley. And today I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what is already available today, what the teams developed in hard work in the last couple of months. And what we really can provide in terms of modernization and retrofits for brownfield applications. And Christina already mentioned it, so we have a couple of challenges in the process industry. Customer requires ever shorter innovation cycles. Production processes has to run smooth and continuously. And at the same time, we really have to look for sure after a high available plant, high quality, and of course, at the same time, also we have to act very cost sensitive and to provide really cost-effective solutions. On the other hand side, customers of the process industries are facing very long plant lifetimes. So more than 40 years a plant is running, and you can imagine during such a long time we have a lot of different IT solutions installed and in run, and that causes very often in different data sources and data formats. And when you are looking around the fair, there are buzzwords like digitalization, the digital twin, Industry 4.0, Internet of Things, big data, smart data, wherever you go around at the booth and at the exhibition at all. But to be honest, data has no real value of itself. Only if it's brought in the right context, we really can bring efficiency within engineering and up to operations to really effectively run a process plant. And by running a process plant, we always have to consider that there are many different phases, starting with plant design and engineering, up to commissioning. Then the plant is in an operating phase, and of course it needs to be maintained and modernized all the time. So especially in the operational phase, we have to consider that permanently new data is being created and existing data needs to be changed. So that keeps the plant operator very, very busy to manage data effectively and, of course, to have always an up-to-date view of his plant. But how to really reliably manage data and document data? And there we have the help of our beautiful digital twin. The digital twin is the 3D replicate of the real plant. But the basis to really have this digital twin successfully established, you need really a common and a central database. That means all data has to be stored centrally. And here comes COMOS into the game. As you can see here, COMOS is acting like a global data head. That means connecting different engineering disciplines up to operations and managing data really centrally. The big advantage of COMOS is data garbage is a thing of the past. Changes that occur can immediately update it within the data hub, and every discipline, independent if they are working in electrical engineering, automation, instrumentation and control, everybody, the same user that is participating in the plant project, have access to exactly the same data at the same time. And this is bringing a lot of efficiency as well in engineering, but also later on, of course, in operations. And here also is the next step on the LA, let me put it in that way, of digitalization. And here comes Bentley as a long-term strategic and technological partner of Siemens into the game. Today, due to the time, I just have the opportunity to present 2 use cases that we so far successfully realized. There are much more available, but maybe the most important ones right now. The first one is focusing on the engineering, and to make it clear, to bridge the gap between the 2D engineering part, which is pure COMOS business, and the 3D engineering part, which is Bentley OpenPlant. Also here, the seamless flow of information is the core and is the answer for our customers to be more effective. And the procedure or the systematic, as I told you about the global data hub and the effectiveness that we have due to this common data approach, is really operating in the same way together with Bentley. That means that we can easily exchange 2D data into the 3D world and vice versa. And to bring it a bit more into the attention, just imagine and look at the left monitor. We have a change in a pump. So, and on the left-hand side, you can see COMOS P&ID, so the process instrumentation diagram, which shows the current status of the pump. And with Bentley on the right-hand monitor, we directly have the same object in the 3D world. So this gives especially our planning teams, our project teams, a full-time transparency about the current plant data, and they can easily exchange between the 2D world and the 3D world. And what the benefits that they bring, they are pretty much clear. Of course, we have on the one hand side the data consistency from 2D up to 3D. That improves internal collaboration and for sure enforces our global project teams to really work faster, more efficient, and fault-free. And last but not least, this increases, of course, the overall quality of the process plant and the production process. Coming to the operational phase, as already said, this is tricky as well. And even here, 2D and 3D interface can pretty much help. Especially for brownfield applications, which very often show that there are differences between the plant that was originally planned and the current status quo. Changes implemented over really that long course of time were not really effectively, very often, not very effectively documented or not even entered at all. And so the plant operator always has to juggle with a current and as is status of his current or actual plant. And with Bentley Context Capture, the 3D software solution, we really can provide a 3D replicate of a plant by using innovative technologies like a drone footage. And looking into the COMOS world, with COMOS Walk Inside, our 3D visualization software, we can then really have access of all these information and we can show the current status of the plant in a realistic 3D model. But maybe let's make a short excursus and have a look at this. As you can see here, this is what we did with a real plant. We are flying in via a drone. The drone is making the pictures, and then the information can be transferred within COMOS Walk Inside. With COMOS Walk Inside, here it's really easy and game-like navigation, a walkthrough to the actual plant. That means we don't have to necessarily send someone who is sitting in the control room into the field. We can all do this in the 3D model. We can measure dimensions and can really look where the certain equipments are placed. And what is even more important for our customers, we can also train the plant personnel, the plant operators on health and safety scenarios. That means in the case a fire came up, the plant personnel can train on the scenario and exactly knows what to do. He knows what buttons he has to push to stop the fire. And in the end, of course, the pump might be damaged. We can directly navigate from the 3D virtual model back into the 2D engineering model, which is COMOS. And here is the current status of the plant and where the 2D object is, and then we can start maintain work. So, what are the benefits on that? Of course, a high reliability, which is very, very much important for our customers, to really know what's going on in the plant and to have always a transparency about the current plant status. Availability, of course, all of us need to be effective, yes, and we can only be effective if we know what's going on and if we know that the plant is running smoothly without any production stops. And this then, of course, results in operation efficiency, which brings the money back. As said, today I just had a chance to share two of the significant use cases with you, but you are pretty much invited. You won't miss our booth. You can see it by the drone, which is really an interesting use case done with a couple of other real plants. So I just invite you, figure it out. We are in the middle of the process industry, digital enterprise Hof, courtyard, not Hof. And in the case that you have any questions, I'm around for the rest of the day and also for tomorrow. And thank you so far for your attention and have a nice day.
All right, please give a big round of applause to Mike.